The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café.
Welcome to this episode of Pit Life BBQ. Gather round the pit with your hosts, Johnny Maggs and Greg the Barbecue Broker DiGiorgio. Let's talk barbecue.
What's up, everybody? Coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Café in Salem, New Hampshire. It's the Pit Life BBQ podcast where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics that you talk around the pit. As always, I'm joined by the Barbecue Broker.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, brother.
Hi.
Oh, shoot.
Give me some.
Hang on.
No, now.
Hold on.
Give it to me now.
Chill out for a second. I got to share the show.
Ben, I'm leaving.
I did the update on Facebook.
Your
and
knee is
everything.
on my side, so you better watch your ass.
Your ass is on my show.
Wow. I see how it is. Oh, I see how it is.
You want to play dirty with me, dog? We'll play dirty.
What's up, dog?
What's happening?
So you welcome back.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I feel great.
Mm-hmm.
Still little stuff. I still got the stitches in. And, I'm able to walk without the crutches. Been off the meds for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
I think Saturday might have been the last time, and
Right.
we're good to go. Like I said, still got the stitches in, so I still got the bandage on. Today's the first day I left the freaking house since almost 2 weeks, other than the day of surgery.
Yeah.
So I haven't got home, so this is wonderful.
So do you have to do any machines to help you bend it, or is anything? It's
No,
not
just
like an ACL. I had my ACL done. That the machine that bends your knee up and down.
No.
Bada bing, bada boom.
None of that.
Nothing like that.
I just got to, try to, if it's extended, I got to flex the quad, bend however much I can, because they still can't send me to physical therapy.
Got it.
Because of the whole COVID thing, you're not allowed in. So I'm doing exercises on my own because I can't go to the thing, which, hey, I don't mind, because they will you like $25-$50 a whack.
Yeah. Co-pays.
Oh, yeah.
Up the wazoo.
It's like, if I can do it on my couch, okay. I can remember all the exercise I did on the left one.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume they're going to convert nicely to the right one.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys crushed it last week. You and
C-Mac
C-Mac
did such a great job.
interview.
Oh, thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Good night. Elvis has left the building.
I'll say this. What really was daunting was the intro and the outro for me, because I have never done this before, except for in the bathroom that morning when I was brushing my teeth, in the mirror when I was putting the deodorant on the way up 6,500 times in the car. But there's one thing that I actually forgot to practice. That god dang outro.
Yeah.
And me and Craig were like, at the very end.
Hey, I thought it worked well.
It worked well. It was good because the guest was awesome. Craig was the man. Taba.
Oh, yeah.
Big
Both
Green
of them.
Craig.
Big Green Craig.
Yeah. Big T.
And Big Craig.
Yeah.
C-Mac.
And then with Big Craig. And
Oh, actually, Ben, you've never met C-Mac, have you?
No, that was the first time.
Yeah.
he's larger than life, huh?
He's the starting
He
center
almost
for the
hit his
Washington Generals,
He
right?
almost hit his head on the freaking light rack.
He's a monster.
Huge.
6'10"?
Did you see
know.
the picture I put online after with me and him?
I saw you do the
Dude,
picture. I saw it in real life.
Makes me look like Danny DeVito when I'm standing next to him. It's no joke.
Oh, it's crazy.
It was hilarious. And then when he's sitting there, I had to zoom out just to get his giant head in the
Get him
frame.
in, yeah.
He's giant. I think he slouched like the whole time. I'm pretty sure he was
He
slouching.
did. He had this lean back going, and I still couldn't quite
Fit him in.
fit him in.
Man.
Glad he didn't wear the white hat, because if he did, no way I was getting in the frame.
Yeah.
But you still managed to cook with the knee this past weekend.
Oh, yeah. I had the crutches out, hobbled out to the smoker, and they left me there all day.
Mhm.
I sat there with the cell phone. Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah.
Who's this? You know damn well who this is.
Mhm.
I need more spritz. I need a knife. Bring me the foil. I need this. I need that. And they walked it all out there,
Yeah.
and I just sat there, sweating my nuggets off.
Do your job. Smoke some meats.
That's it. We did.
So what'd you do?
I did some pork belly burnt ends,
okay.
which came out incredible.
Ooh.
But Claudia my wife was nice enough to go get it. So she calls me up, how many pounds? Get 3 pounds.
Yeah.
Right? Came out, looked at the thing, put it in the fridge. That's it. Have you ever gotten bone in pork belly?
With the what? With the ribs? The ribs still on the back?
Yep.
I've seen it. I'll be honest with you. It's frightening. It's a little daunting.
Realize.
I'm not the best butcher ever, but I'm sure I could handle it if I was.
Didn't realize that till I was ready to season them.
It's different. You just cut it off. And did you cook the ribs too?
No, I was so pissed about it. I put the ribs in the pile and I forgot about them, so they went bad.
Do we have a picture of these so-called?
I just sent one to Ben. And
I just put it up there. They're looking at it right now.
Looking at it right now. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I can't even see that. I don't think.
Oh, they were fantastic.
That's badass. All right. Well, that's really good.
Then I had a slight tried to make beef tacos, and let's just say had a slight abortion, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
On those ones, they put it this way: it wound up thinly sliced. So I've been making super beef sandwiches like a son of a bitch.
Yeah. So do you have a table slicer?
No, very sharp knife and a steady hand, baby.
Wow. That's awesome. I'd like to have your 3-way super beef someday.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have another 3-way super beef eating contest like we did that time I came in. For what was that? For New Year's Eve? Do we have another one, Ben? You weren't here.
Hey,
for
I'm
that.
just happening to say that there might be an 8-year anniversary next week. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's a 3-way super beef
2-year
eating
anniversary
contest. I see it in my near future.
So what'd you cook?
Who, me?
Yes, let's get back because we got a very
All right. Real quick. I did some pulled pork, all right, and they made some really great leftovers. Actually, I did some pulled pork into smoked queso dip with Mike Hamill, moderator from New England Pitmaster page. Came over, made a YouTube video, and we are going to be. Oh, there it is. Oh, and there is the leftovers that I had for lunch today. 2 pulled pork sliders. Boom. Thanks, Ben. It was delicious. I ate it right before I came. Still in my teeth, actually. Anyway, we need to get to our guests.
Still on your breath.
Ben, I mean, I haven't been that close to you, so the fact that you know that is weird, bro. Really freaking weird.
It's the red onions.
Let's get to our guests because I feel
Absolutely.
bad we're keeping them waiting. We could keep talking forever.
That's it.
All right.
So I'm very excited today. Good friend of mine, good friend of yours. Now everyone's introduced, so we're all good. We're all family here.
100%.
Coming from us from Baltimore, Maryland, from Steel Drum Smokers BBQ,
Yep.
Scott Harris,
AKA.
better known as Dash.
Yeah, that's
What's
right.
up, brother?
Hey,
What's up, Dash?
How you guys doing? Hey,
All right.
what's up with y'all?
Man,
Chilling, brother. Chilling.
Yeah.
doing what we do.
Yeah.
You know, doing what we do.
Well, I'm glad. You know what's so funny? I know Big Green Egg Craig from Instagram.
you do?
I've known him and talked to him, and like when he was first getting his seasonings all together, and when he was first doing the whole Big Green Egg thing. I mean, I've known him for like 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
At least.
Good dude.
At
man.
least.
Knowledgeable.
And I've
Real
never met
knowledgeable.
him in person either. So.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I heard you talking about that.
He's
so
a
I was
knowledgeable.
like,
He's a
wow.
knowledgeable guy, man. But you are apparently
He is.
you're quite
this
the
gentleman
knowledgeable-
right here.
quite
Dash
the
is-
knowledgeable
Look,
fella.
I'm understand. It's understated. So hold on, Johnny. Also, you were talking about the pork belly, the bone in.
Mhm.
No, just cut it and cook it. The bones, they'll eat around the bones. They like rib tips,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and that's pretty much exactly what it is. It's just the belly is like this, and then the ribs are right here,
Mhm.
and they just cut the whole thing. So they kind of included the rib tips with it. So it just, if you do it right, you can cut right through it, and your knife is sharp. You don't even have to worry about
Yeah,
it.
I wound up cutting them out and
Just
then
Forget
cubing
about
them
it.
up, everything else.
Yeah.
Forget about
Forget
it.
about it.
Forget about it.
That's
all
right.
It's fugazi. It's fugazi.
I was kind of excited about 3 pounds and wound up only with a pound and a half. So I went with the the pity party going on there.
You know what?
Forgot to cook the rib section.
You know, you should have put that in your YouTube video. That would have been. I would have loved to see your pity party live on YouTube.
It would probably have been my video.
Claudia's
that
over
went
there
viral.
going, "No, you."
That would have been
not."
the YouTube video.
You know, look, a little controversy and drama is always good. That's all I'm saying.
So Dash, what do you got? What do you got been going on, brother? I really haven't spoken to you. Other than occasional chat here and there on the lives. We haven't spoken since last June during the hot seat.
Yeah, no. It has been a minute, and I've been chilling, man. I kind of just do my thing, and I try to roll in silence from time to time, and then I'll pop up and post something as far as my catering stuff. But nah, man, I just kind of get it done. Word of mouth takes care of it, and every now and again I'll show some behind the scenes stuff, or I'll show hey, this is how I got it done, or cook for my family on YouTube. But I've been moving in silence lately.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But let's start with the YouTube and everything, and the beginning of your barbecue journey. How'd
All
you
right.
get rolling into that?
The progression,
Yeah.
all that fun stuff.
So I guess way back, no, when I was younger,
Fourscore and about 7
yeah,
years
well,
ago.
it was. I don't know if I can do that math, but no. So I mean, when I was younger, I like playing with fire because I got to cook with it, or actually, I like cooking because I got to play with fire. So like you seen a video of somebody putting like 1,000 gallons of lighter fluid on. That was me getting charcoal lit so I could make some hot dogs and hamburgers. When I was younger. My aunt actually had a little Brinkman smoker, and she used to smoke on it. And remember that Clarence Carter song, "I Was Stroking"?
Yeah.
So she used to always say, "I'm smoking."
So on Facebook,
So-
you have the head arsonist. I think you have.
Yep. I am definitely. I don't call myself a pit master, a chef, no nothing. I am the head arsonist.
I love it.
And then when people ask about it, I say I'm an arsonist that cooks.
That's it.
And that's basically it. But
love
yeah,
it.
so growing up, I used to play with fire in the grill because that's how you play with fire.
Mhm.
And then my aunt used to smoke chicken a lot. So that, and then fast forward to when I got older, you move out. One of the first things you do, you get a grill. So you start cooking on the grill, and I just always became the default person to cook on the grill. Again, I just sucked it up and was the one standing at the grill, drinking hand, tongues in the other. And that was how I got it done. And then so my YouTube channel actually started completely different from barbecue. There's a lot of folks have gone back and actually checked. I used to do these animations on YouTube. So it was like a little software that you could create an animation. So I used to sit at work when I had some downtime, and it used to take me an hour or 2 hours to do a minute or two minutes of cartoon animation. And I did probably almost 100 of those before I was like, all right, screw this. I'm not doing this today. I just picked up the camera, turned it around on myself, and I said what I had to say on the camera. And it was like, all right, and that was before editing. So Greg, you were talking about all the videos I've edited and stuff. Like all of them aren't edited in the beginning, especially.
Man.
But then that just progressed, and to the point where I got way more comfortable on camera and way more comfortable talking with people. And then I finally got into editing. And then the thing that I did for a long time was a "Don't You Hate It When" series. And it was basically, it was an open-ended question, and you can answer it however you wanted to answer it. Don't you hate it when your wife goes, or you send your wife to the store and she brings you back the wrong type of pork belly? And you would just talk on that, you would expand on that. And it was so very relatable that I actually set up a Twitter bot that would go out and it would find people who would say, "Don't you hate it when?" And it would find their tweets, and then it would retweet them. And then I would use their tweets as an idea for videos, and I'll talk about it. So similar to how there's a guy on YouTube, his name is Wyatt Elliott. He does the FML series. And he doesn't come up with all of these FML. You familiar with FML?
Mm-hmm.
All right. F my life.
Yeah.
All right. So a lot of people tweet and post Instagram pictures of F my life. I tell a little story about what happened.
Yep.
And he recreates them with actors.
Oh,
So that was similar
cool.
to what, so that was similar to what I was doing, but I was just kind of talking about it myself, and then would add some color commentary to it. And I did that for about 2 or 3, probably about a year and a half, 2 years. And then I stopped doing that. And then I had a friend who asked me some information about barbecue. And I was like, all right, you know what? Yeah, I kind of had a fledgling. I probably had a dozen or so videos about barbecue and cooking. And then he asked me to help him out with something. And I said, you know what? As opposed to me trying to tell you over the phone or via text message, I said, I'm going to shoot a video and I'm going to put it online for you to see. And that's what got me back into putting barbecue videos on YouTube. I really did it to help out my buddy, and it just went from there. And other people saw it and were like, hey, that was very helpful. And then it just, the progression was I was doing the YouTube videos separate from my Instagram, and my Instagram is where I was selling food out of the trunk of the car, to be completely honest with you. And it was a side hustle, and then I got laid off, and then it came my full-time hustle, and then it was like, all right, well, I did that for a year and a half, seriously, out of the trunk of the car, selling food all around Baltimore. And then people started asking me to cook on site and cater events and different things like that. And look, I was trying to get money, so I didn't tell anybody no.
Mm-hmm. You just got at it.
And that's exactly how it progressed. And then we sent our kids to private school. And you guys who have watched my videos are aware. My son, I have an oldest son. He's taste tester number 1. Taste tester number 1, number 2, and number 3. My middle son and my daughter. And folks, get funny and they're like, "Why don't your kids have names?" And I'm like, trying to keep their names off of the channel. Like in the beginning, kids and safety and stuff that. So a lot of the older videos, I had their names on it, but I kind of got smart and hip to the game. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Nope, we're not putting your names out there. And it's so funny because you talk about editing, and when they are in the videos, one of the biggest things I have to edit out is when they talk to each other and use their names.
Yeah.
So, and my wife is the biggest, offender of that.
Oh, that's
I gave
funny.
him a name.
So this is still still your right now. So is catering your full-time gig right now? Okay.
No. So I went back to work. I went back to work in May of 2016, and I've been working full time. I work in IT actually.
Okay.
So I've been back to work full time, but I still been doing the catering. And I mean, between the catering and then the folks who know me via Instagram, people hit me up all the time and say, "Hey, can I get a rack of ribs?" or "I need a couple pounds of brisket," and I'm cooking. So I have some customers that call me. I have them on they have me on. I feel like I'm on a retainer. When people just hit me up and they're like, "What can I get this weekend?" And I'm like, "All right, cool," or "No, I'm going out of town," or "Hey, I'm doing this," or "I'm doing that." But I mean, all of the major holidays, I'm almost always cooking for: Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter. I won't say Mother's Day because a lot of times I try to take my wife out for Mother's Day, and then Father's Day. A lot of times I try to be like, "Look, I don't feel like cooking for anybody else."
Mm-hmm.
So
actually, I did cook on Father's Day this year.
Yeah, me too.
For someone. Yeah, man, that's so you obviously have that passion for it. I'm kind of in the same. I feel like I'm on retainer for a few small groups in the area right now that I'm cooking for here and there, and trying to take this passion to the next level. I just got my serve safe. Actually,
right.
I think we talked
And
about the other week.
we'll get there.
Oh, I have some stuff.
We
lined up.
need to start as I also obviously Dash is a family man, clearly,
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
he is also and I use air quotes, the ladies' man of barbecue.
Oh,
You seem to have a few ladies in your life, sir.
what's up with that?
We have a. You like how I did that?
Okay. Hold on, let me get another beer. Hold on.
I got the flutter going there for a second.
Man.
Calling him out on the
Alright,
show,
so
John.
Now, I will be even more impressed if you name them all.
Ooh. Do you know the names of his
Do
dames?
I know the names of your barbecue ladies? Well, first and foremost, there is Bessie.
All right.
There is Vicky.
Oh.
Yep.
There is Bernadette, because Bernadette used to burn the shit out of everything at the beginning.
Yes, the first couple times I used Bernadette, she burnt everything.
Then we have Charlotte,
Yep.
Tracy,
Yep.
and Sammy.
Come on.
I mean, all right.
This is
And
real?
then we have number one.
He's gone. I did a video recently where I talked about all of the smokers. So it's
We got number one drum,
Yep.
number two drum,
Yeah.
and then the one I'm still not known if she's still in the harem or not
Priscilla.
was Priscilla.
Alrighty. Priscilla's still in the garage. There's more.
You have like
Go on.
Wait, what? This is
You got me on this one. Oh, hold up.
Are these all drum smokers?
There
No.
are other
okay.
smokers that I have in and around the house that don't necessarily have female names.
This is like a brothel.
Oh,
This
boy.
is like a brothel of barbecue.
I know.
No,
stuff.
it is not a brothel. Here's one of the questions I get asked all the time, right? Why do you name your smokers? Okay? And the reason is because they are characters on my YouTube channel.
Oh.
True. Very true.
Whenever I speak about Bert Bessie, you know which smoker I'm talking about.
Mhm.
I talk about Vicky, you know which smoker I'm talking about. I talk about Charlotte, hey, I'm cooking this in Charlotte, you know. Sammy, you know. Tracy, you know. Okay? Now there's also Johnny 5, right? Johnny 5 is my 5-foot grill table. And I picked up a new, the latest smoker that I got. She's actually Frida. That's one you missed because
Frida.
I don't have that in a video per se. All right.
Write that
so
down.
Frida is the like $1,200 or actually I think it was it was like $2,000 or $2,500 smoker / grill that I got for free. Just because I came in, I went and picked it up.
There you go.
Wow. Frida's
Yo,
good. Frida's
and
good.
the guy was so funny. Actually, I just talked to him yesterday. The guy who owns the company, Low Country Smokers, I think is Low Country Cookers or Low Country Smokers. He saw the video. He reached out to me. So he and I are going to be in talks. He's going to be like doing some updating of the website, updating some of the information on that particular for that particular group of smokers. And yeah, man, freaking stainless steel smoker, like at least a $2,000 smoker I got for free just because I went across town and picked it up. Yeah.
That's a score of scores right there.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
We do keep all these.
So I have a lot of space around my house, and then again,
Airplane
that doesn't even include. There's still other smokers that, like I have a Weber Smoky Mountain. I have a couple like tabletop grills and like my old faithful, the big square grill. I mean, I still have other grills around the house. There's almost 20 grills and smokers around my house. Between my house and my garage, I have a lot of equipment.
Well, which one would you use for the mostly for catering? Would you use a variety of such, or do you have like a catering rig?
This is another one of those questions that I get all the time. It depends on the size of the catering job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the reason why I say it depends on the size of the catering job is because each of my grills / smokers is a tool in the arsenal, and you have to use the right tool for the job. You can't just use a hammer when you have to put a screw into a, whatever. You have to use a socket or a Phillips screwdriver if you have a Phillips head screw. If you have a nail, then you might need a hammer. If you have a lag bolt, you might need a socket and a ratchet. So each of the smokers is a different tool in the arsenal, and I cook with them accordingly. So if I have a 200 person event, then I'm using probably Bessie, and I might have to cook in shifts. But when I did that event recently, and it was quoted for 450, 500 people,
wow.
I used Bernadette, and that's the big smoker I have. But I might use Bernadette 2 or 3 times out of the year. So I don't know. Did you guys see that video I did using the biggest smoker I had to cook the smallest thing I had possible?
I
cooked a mini pig in a blanket.
Pig in a blanket.
Come on, did you really?
It was a solo pig in a blanket.
So what is?
And what's even worse is I dropped it when I took it out the damn smoker. No BS.
So what is the biggest smoker? What is what's her name again? Is it Bessie? Oh, Bernadette. What is Bernadette? What is it?
Bernadette is a homemade smoker.
Okay.
Reverse flow insulated reverse flow cabinet.
Okay.
So the easiest way I could explain it to you, if you didn't know what that was, Lone Star Grills has a similar cabinet smoker. The only difference is the Lone Star Grills smoker is not insulated and it's not reverse flow.
Got it.
So
okay. And that second biggest one you had was
the second biggest
Bessie?
One is going to be Bessie.
Yeah. And what is Bessie now? Is she
Bessie is a all wood burning reverse flow 275 gallon oiled or converted oil heat tank.
Oh, like
the oil fuel tank.
Yeah, I got you.
But that is I won't say the oldest, but that is the smoker that I've used the most, and she unfortunately she's showing her age.
Okay.
Because I've used that smoker a lot, and it's one of the things that I don't know if I'm just ahead of the curve because I used it so much.
Right.
But it's starting to rust, not away, but there's a lot of rust spots, and it's starting to fall apart because of the sheer heat cycles. and the thin metal in the oil heat tanks.
So
So that's one of the things that people don't necessarily realize when they want to buy and build a smoker out of an oil heat tank. They don't last forever.
right,
Just
right.
like the same way, those inexpensive, I won't say cheap, but inexpensive charbroil grills, the little, the ones that kind of look like you burn through them.
Right,
I've burnt through a 275 gallon oil drum or oil heat tank.
Dang.
So
How many briskets do you fit in something like that?
so in Bessie, it's funny. I actually did a video expanding the cooking capacity in Bessie, and what it is when I bought it had 2 shelves. I put a shelf in between, and I was able to put 10 briskets in there.
Okay.
And it was a little tight, but I did it. Now in Bernadette, I could easily, I think this past January or February, I'm pretty sure, I think it was either 8 or 10 briskets I did also in Bernadette. But the difference between Bernadette and Bessie is Bernadette, there's 4 shelves and they're spaced out enough where there's not that much of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But with Bessie, I'm only cooking with 2 primarily, and I can get the third one that I made and put, instance or information in, or excuse me, space to put in there for, but it's still not enough room.
Mm.
So like I said, when I have bigger cooks, I use Bernadette. But for the most part, because I've cooked so much on Bessie and I can run Bessie in my sleep, and usually I am half asleep when I'm running Bessie. For most bigger events, I use Bessie. Like for Thanksgiving, usually for Thanksgiving, I'm cooking 2 days straight, and I'll cook anything non-turkey on Wednesday into Thursday.
Okay.
Then I get it all prepped, wrapped up, and then I have a couple refrigerators out in my garage. I just put everything away. And then on Wednesday night into Thursday morning, I usually cook my turkeys, and I can cook the most turkeys I've cooked at once is 16 in Bessie.
That's good size.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
it's not a game. It's
Oh, hell
no.
no.
Oh no.
Hello, but my friend over here just recently took his
Me?
his serve safe class.
Yep.
So he's 95. He's scored a 95, so he's only 5% dangerous.
All right. That's
The
a
odds
good
are
word.
with
Trust
me.
The odds are with you. But how about what goes into a catering event?
Like, how do you know, if you have 50 people or 100 people, like, how do you know how much brisket or how many racks of ribs that you need?
Trial and error.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I've
Okay.
cooked a lot of food for a lot of people for a pretty long amount of time. And the whole thing is, what my basic rule of thumb is, if you have, so this is the calculation I do almost every time somebody says, "Hey, I'm having an event," and they're going to say, "Hey, I'm having an event, and it's going to be small." I'm like, "What's small?" They're like, "Oh, it's going to be 50 people." I'm like, "Okay, right, not a problem."
Mm-hmm.
So what I normally recommend is half a pound of protein per person.
Got it.
Right? So 50 people, half a pound of protein is 25 pounds, right?
Okay.
But then you got the people like Mags who look like he's hungry. He's stashing stuff in his peg
Wait,
leg.
Max looks like he's hungry? No,
I always
talking about. I don't look
He
hungry.
knows what he's talking about.
Wait, why
He
you
knows what he's talking
don't
about.
stereotype. I'm
All
hungry
right,
too, dude.
So listen. When Mags is on the hot seat and he's been drinking, and then
And sweating.
he needs to feed his face, right? So the whole thing is, then I do a 25% overage. So 25 pounds of 25% overage is like 8 and some change pounds.
Because you got to factor in shrinkage, all the shrinkage, right?
No, not even the shrinkage.
Oh, we're not even at shrinkage yet.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
We're not there yet.
We're not
So
even at the
this
shrinkage.
is just the amount of cooked protein you need.
Okay.
Okay. So usually I recommend 30 to 33 pounds for 50 people. And
Got
then when they say, okay, I have 30 or 33 pounds, I say, all right, well, do you want to split everything up evenly so we can do 10 pounds of pork, 10 pounds of chicken, 10 pounds of beef.
Okay.
And then we can say, okay, well, this is how much this costs, this is how much this costs, and we can adjust the scales or the slides accordingly and it's usually, based off of someone's budget. I mean, for real, that's what's going to determine whether you get the catering job or not, is if you can fall within their budget. And the whole thing is, I'm not trying to say, oh, well, you need to work for free. No, you just need to give them more chicken because it costs less.
Right.
So-
Just kind of balance it somewhere.
And then as far as, and you're talking about loss, brisket and pork from your cooked weight, from your uncooked weight to your cooked weight, you lose like 50%.
Oh,
And
wow.
for-
50? I thought
Yeah.
I thought it was more like 30, 40%. You're talking about 50%.
Nope.
Look at Alton.
50%
Alton
shrink.
says shrinkage.
Yeah, shrinkage for sure.
Alton, yeah, brother Alton, the dog father.
Alton, they don't even know
See?
shrinkage.
See? You got this?
There it is.
Yeah,
there
yeah.
it is. You know shrinkage.
Because it's
Shrinkage.
cold
You haven't
out.
experienced the cold of the Northeast to know
Yeah, it's
shrinkage
cold
yet.
out. See?
Okay?
I'm right
That's
there
all I'm
with
saying.
you.
Ben,
All right.
Ben has,
So, but-
ben has
but
shrinkage
then
right
the
now. Look at him.
Shrinkage.
Chicken is where you get only about 25 to 30% loss.
Okay.
Shrinkage. My protein don't shrink, sir.
Ooh.
Well,
That dog father.
he trim, his protein doesn't shrink because he trims so much of it.
Oh.
Look,
Oh.
no,
The
Alton
fighting
makes
words, Alton.
sausage and other things out of the way he trims it. He trims his. When I was in Texas, they trim their meats way more aggressively than I do. And to me, I'd rather, if I'm paying for 15 pounds, I want to get as much of a yield from that 15 pounds as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me. That's that's the difference between him down in Texas and me up here. But that's something we agree to disagree on.
Got it. Can't agree on everything.
Nope. No. So what other catering tip? Oh shit.
Catering?
How the hell did that get down
What did you say? You said
I don't know, the
catering tit.
microphone
You said
was down
catering
here.
tit. You said catering
I
tit.
said catering tip.
T-I-T.
What other catering tips do you have for the young lad over here?
Think he's
Trial
talking
and
about me?
error. To be trial and error.
Okay.
You find somebody that is willing. You let them know, like, hey, to be honest, I've never done this before. Let them know, because if you mess up, then they can't. Let them work with you, and let you kind of figure out how it's going to be done. Because honestly, you can't practice this without doing it.
Right.
And there's no way to do it without. Well, there's no way to practice it without, in fact, doing it. So you kind of have to, like,
Find your groove.
poke your foot in. Yeah, just proceed with caution. And then, like, one of the things that I'm still, even after about 4 years or so, actually officially 5 years of 6 years, of doing barbecue, but about 4 years, 5 years of doing catering, I still have not gotten sides nailed, like how many sides or how much sides I need, because it's different almost everywhere I've been or everywhere I go. Now I kind of have a base, and okay, I'll suggest this and I'll recommend that. But sometimes it works and there's like none left, and other times it doesn't, and there's a whole bunch extra. But again, it's just you kind of have to know your audience. I guess that's a better way to put it.
Right.
So,
Yeah, we've John and I have done some big, couple cooks together. One for 250 people with a bunch of other guys from the New England Pit Masters, and we did a cook for about 30, 40 cops at the police station in Wakefield, Mass, where I live, just a couple weeks ago. But cooking for people, charity things, this and that, is very different from selling it and taking people's money.
Oh yeah.
yes.
It has to be a consistent product. It's got to be good.
Correct.
Can't cut corner. It's got to be spot on.
And that's
Once you
exactly
start selling,
it.
once you start charging people, man, the competition's out there. It's fierce. I mean,
It's a
around here
different game.
it's different, but I'm sure where you are, or in Texas, for example, or somewhere, a lot of barbecue caterers. Almost every caterer is a barbecue caterer. But you got to be spot on. You got to have the right cooker. You got to do things right.
Oh, for sure.
So,
Exactly.
but man, I'm excited to get my journey on. I'm going to watch a lot of this dude's videos right here. So
Wealth of knowledge.
it's
right
got
there.
but it's guys like
I tell you what.
him
I
that
tell you
learned
what.
from.
I would if someone is going out and trying to do catering, I have two playlists that I would recommend from my channel. Hold on, I'll wait for you to write it down.
Let's go.
You
Let's
click
go.
4. FAQ. I have a frequently asked questions video, frequently asked questions playlist, and there's about 8 or 9 videos of me talking about some of the most frequently asked questions I got. Now, I need to update it because I filmed it like 2 years ago.
Okay.
But a lot of the information in that video still holds true.
Awesome.
The second group of videos I would recommend you watch is the lessons learned video. And when I've done bigger cooking events and bigger events and things like that, I kind of do an information dump to say, this is what I did wrong. this is what I should have done. And it's I kind of put it out there for myself to look at later, and I'm gonna say in life, but later.
Mhm.
But it's very helpful to other people. And I've had a lot of people say, I want to see more of these videos. And I'm like, well, I can only put out one of these I messed up videos when I do something and I mess up. If I get it right, and where the cook goes with no problems, we all like those cooks with no problems. But I tell you what, you learn way more from a cook where you have a problem than you do from a cook where you don't.
Yep.
And then the last one I would recommend is I did a video series, and this is probably 2017. I think the series went up. It was behind the scenes of a cook of a catering event, and it was a 4-part series, and it was over about 3 or 4 days of me cooking. And it was for an event that was for like 250, 300 people. And I went down and I showed you everything from me buying the food and prepping the food to getting the food out on the smoker, cooking the food, actually cleaning the smoker, and then prepping everything, getting everything put away, and then, taking everything out, and then actually to the event, and then afterward. So I filmed it all and didn't know how I was going to tie it all in together. So when I was done the video, I actually talked about it like, all right, now we're going to rewind 3 days or 4 days, and I'm going to take you back to the beginning. And that was one of the best video series I've done. And it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Like I said, it was a lot of filming, and it was over multiple days. But the editing, it just comes with it, man. You stop worrying about the editing.
I
man.
worry about it. I sweat when it comes. I've been trying to edit this video. I can edit, but I just like. All
right. So here's the biggest tip. I want you, Greg. Listen to me. Look at me. Look at me.
Yes. Focus.
Look at me.
Focus.
Focus.
Let's go.
All right. Look at me.
Let's go.
What I need you to do is film to edit, and not edit to edit. Okay. So now what I'm saying is, if you're taking a clip, stop the clip. Don't let the film don't let it keep rolling.
Right.
All right. Start the clip. Do what you need to do. Stop the clip. Move the camera. Start the clip. Do what you need to do. Stop the clip. Don't just have an hour-long worth of footage that you have to cut up, and that's what makes it difficult. That's what makes it hard. Now, one of the other things too, once you get to the point where you know how you're going to edit it, you can film for how you're going to edit it.
Film smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Boom.
See, that's what I do.
Is that what you do?
I'll film.
I've been trying to figure out what you're doing.
I'll film in little spurts.
Yeah,
so I'll do a minute, 2.
Yeah.
You might get the occasional 4 if I'm trimming something
So
up.
a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes, and then stop it.
Then
2-3
boom,
minutes,
boom,
stop
boom.
it.
So I'll have 4 to 8 little short videos, and then you piece them together and boom. Now I'm no editing master by far.
I gotta get my intros down. I gotta.
I don't even have that. I don't have no
You
music
just
over
made
nothing.
an intro.
No, I made a little thing because I
Fun
was screwing
1
around
minute
because
clip
I was waiting for
thing.
surgery.
It was fun.
So
though.
actually today,
Really was
it's so
good. I
funny,
liked it.
right? When you get to filming and then you like zoom in, it's B-roll. So actually,
B-rolls.
I have plenty of B-roll footage that I've
Man.
never put out there, never used, because when I'm doing a cook, if I'm panning and looking at the whatever it is I have on the smoker, or if it's something on the counter and I'm like scrolling down or whatever, I'll do a left to right, I'll do a up down, I'll do a right to left, I'll do a diagonal cross, all of those different things. And I'll have for a cook, sometimes when I'm really able to do filming, I might have 4 or 5 just clips of B-roll, and 1 or 2 might make it to the video. So I have extra footage, not all the time, but there are some times when I have more time, or really am not pressed for time, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't have to hurry up and get this cook done, so I can go ahead and spend an extra, because as well as I do, when you film, it makes your cook take twice as long.
Oh, it 100% does. 100%.
And when I'm cooking for a catered event that I'm getting paid for, the last thing I want to do is draw out the cook and make it take that much longer.
True that.
So that's, sometimes there's a lot of times, probably 60-70% of the time, I don't film what I'm cooking.
Got it.
Because I'm trying to hurry up and get it done. I need the cook done. And like right now, it's so daggone hot, man. I'm not trying to be drenched in sweat while I'm cooking, and that's not a good look.
Tell him.
It's not a good look,
When
especially on you.
we did the cook a couple weeks ago, he just looked at me and goes, "Man, look, I know it's hot out." He goes, "I get it. I'm hot, but you look like I had a hose duct taped to the back of my head."
Yes.
So here's
it
a
was
tip
just-
for you, Greg. Here's a tip for you. Get yourself one of those like a dry cap, and it'll help keep the sweat from dripping down your face.
Like a ball
Talk
cap.
about a game changer,
No shit.
because not a stocking cap.
like a dry fit or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like a beanie almost, just to like a sock that goes on your head.
Sweat
And the whole
wicketing
thing
is the key.
you perspire so much from your head, especially being bald, right?
Now John had my beef ribs, but he didn't know that I seasoned it a lot with my head spray.
Yeah, you added some saline to it.
He's like, these are the best
It was
damn
so good.
beef ribs I've ever had. And I'm like, there's
Wasn't
probably
over salty,
There's probably at
nothing,
least a
good.
cup of head sweat mixed in that box.
See, that's the whole thing.
all right.
And like I don't want that to happen. There's a lot
I still
of times
love you. I want to kiss
I
your
don't want
bald
that
head
to
every
happen.
day.
So that's why I
Well,
wear
apparently
that cap,
I've
and
already
it
had
stops-
some
You've
of
already
your
kissed
bodily
mine,
fluid,
so-
so I don't even got to kiss you now.
Yeah, the cap will stop that for real.
I'm going to have to invest. I just bought a thermal pen last night.
Oh, welcome to the
Ooh,
club.
I
which one
obviously
did
should
you
have bought a
get?
head cap,
What'd
too.
you get?
I bought a blue. I got the waterproof on the MK4.
Okay.
I got that. I got a little thermal reader, so you can read the Blackstone top and the different things. So it's my birthday next Wednesday. I know you guys will have a cake for me next week, and if it's not ice cream, don't bother. I won't probably eat it, and I'll throw a fit like a little baby.
If it's 93 degrees, you ain't getting nothing ice cream over here. It ain't gonna last.
So I said, "Honey, did you happen to buy me a birthday gift or anything? Did you?" She says, "No, it probably wasn't gonna." But she goes, "You can buy whatever if you have something in mind." I was like, I already had it queued up. I was like, "Place order." Okay, all set. Anywho,
What else you got?
before we get yelled at by Ben, look at
You
Ben's giving us the eyeball. He's like, "I want to get out of here."
He
at
ain't
6
giving no
o'clock.
Walking the doors locked at 6.
So how long do you guys normally talk for?
It's live, brother. You know how it is.
Okay, yeah.
We just
You know,
roll.
It's hard to stay on topic during a live.
It really
Adam
is.
the squirrel.
Shiny objects. But you know what, dude? You've been a great guest, and I know for a fact that we'll be having you back.
Oh, for sure. I do want to get
100%.
one quick thing in. How is
Sure.
the raised bucket garden?
It's
I know
doing
you
really
actually
well.
just did a video last
Yesterday.
week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Monday.
What are you cooking? What are
Monday,
you
I'm
growing
cooking
in these raised bucket gardens?
All right, so we have zucchini, we have yellow squash, we have some like mini bell peppers, like
Okay.
they're like snack peppers. We have a couple buckets of jalapenos, and then I have 2 buckets of sweet potatoes, and there's 1 bucket that's empty.
And that is for the hydroponics.
No, that was just it was when we kind of put everything in the buckets and spread everything out. We had 1 left, and then we were supposed to go back to like Lowe's or Home Depot and get something to put in it. We never did.
That's
Never
badass.
did. Yeah, it's a great little
But we-
setup on different layers of the Lowe's
It's
buckets.
2 tiers.
That's great. That's actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and each
Yeah.
one it's great setup. I love
Less
the
bending
idea.
over to get the
Yeah,
That's exactly it. I'm
Yeah.
fat and I'm,
breaking my
too
back
old
in
for
my
that.
garden.
that's
You know.
it. But
Yeah,
Dash,
we also have I built some boxes, some planter boxes in the front of the house. And if you saw the last video, I actually started in front of the house this time. So we have 4 planter boxes, and they're like 2x3, and we have some cherry tomatoes in there. I have some it is pumpkin. There's some rosemary in one, and cherry tomatoes are kind of taking over. Sage has taken over one of the boxes. We have some fennel, and then there's something else in there. It's like maybe like a cilantro. I don't know what it is. But then we have a couple pots. My wife is planting a couple pots, so there's like some peppermint, some lemon balm, some sweet mint. There's a couple different spices. We have a raspberry bush that's like out of control.
Nice.
Blueberry bushes, and then I have 2 boxes that are like 2x2 by 18 inches deep of more sweet potatoes, and that's
Oh, wow.
actually that was kind of how I got into posting some of the garden videos on YouTube, because I grew sweet potatoes, and I've been growing sweet potatoes for 3 years now.
Wow.
And well, actually sweet potatoes
Love a
for
good sweet
2,
potato.
and I grew red potatoes the first year, and the red potatoes didn't work. And someone said, "Why don't you try sweet potatoes?" And I tried the sweet potatoes, and I got some. So I was like, okay, well, I was, enthused, so I kept doing it, and it's just gotten more and more. It's progressed. So
Nice.
sweet.
Nice. Well, Dash, thank you so much, brother, for taking some
worries.
time to join in. We're
100%.
definitely going to do a part 2 for this. There is so
yeah,
much
no
more
problem.
to talk
Greg,
about.
you have any more catering questions? That you can think of?
Well, I added you to sent you a friend request earlier, so just accept that.
Yeah, I already
I'm
took
sure
care of it.
you'll be hearing from me. That's for sure.
So, Dash, where can everybody find you on all the social media platforms?
All right. So on YouTube, my channel is Steel Drum Smokers BBQ. But if you look me up at SDS BBQ Works on Instagram, it's going to be Steel Drum Smokers. I do actually have Twitter and Snapchat. I'm not very active on Twitter or Snapchat. I do have a Facebook page as well. Not active there. I just kind of put those things out there to have them. But the best way to get in touch with me is honestly through Instagram.
Got it.
I'm most active on Instagram. Send me a direct message, and then I'll give you my personal phone number, as Max knows. I'm like, look, just send me a text. But I don't, even though like on there's some of my shirts have my phone number on it, right?
No kidding.
Because I'm a walking billboard. As
Right.
big as I am, I need to put my I need to put my stuff on my shirt. So I've had people call me, and you can tell I can tell you stories about people calling me and texting me and all of that stuff.
Nice.
But
I appreciate it, man.
yeah, the
Thank you.
best way to get in touch with me is Instagram, and it's Steel Drum Smokers,
Awesome.
and we can go from there.
Good stuff. man.
Sweet. Like I said, thank you, brother. Appreciate you
Word.
making
Thanks,
the time,
dude.
man.
Thank
Awesome.
you for having me. Definitely.
Good stuff.
Oh, and go Eagles.
Awesome.
Fly, Eagles, fly,
Go
right?
Eagles.
Fly, Eagles fly.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
All
Hold
right.
up,
I'm a good
hold up
sport
tight.
about it.
Don't hang up yet. Just hold up until we do the outro. We'll be back in a
No
minute.
worries, man.
Awesome.
No worries.
You do the outro this time because I don't want to mess it up again.
Fine.
Let's go.
Sit there and take notes. That's it for this week, folks. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. Catch the audio wherever podcasts are found. Catch the video on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. You'll have all our episodes right there at your fingertips. On social media, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Pit Life BBQ.
We sure can.
Also,
New England Pit Masters YouTube channel, Facebook group, Instagram, and my Instagram, _barbecue broker. Check it out. I too love the IG and try to put up as much as I can.
that's
when I can.
it. And I got Johnny HD77 on IG and Johnny Mags BBQ on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Questions or comments, please send them to pitlifebbqpodcast@gmail.com. And like always, folks, please subscribe, like, rate, and review. Hit that share button. Love you guys for it. And I'm
Until
back,
next
Jack.
week. Welcome back. Love to have you
All
back.
right, baby.
Ain't the same without you, that's for
Right,
sure.
that's for sure.
C-Mac, I love C-Mac, but you're my boy.
That's right, brother.
All right.
Till next week, guys.
Keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.